I know we were.
So Sticks, very entertaining Sheriff Skeet Saloon this past week. I appreciate the sheriff. We're doing this for the sheriff. Let's be real here. Hey Sheriff, how's it going? Um, Amputee talk was very heavy on this Skeet Saloon, so I must propose this question to you, sir. If if they ask, you know what, we're gonna send you to Earth. Do you want to have no arms or no legs? What do you choose? Because I mean, you really got to think about this. I mean, because no arms, you got to think, well, I can't wipe my ass. I'm not going to be able to jerk off. I can't flip anyone the finger. No legs means you're going to be wheelchair bound the rest of your life. You're not going to win any three-legged races or any actual races. I mean, it's a heavy question if you think about it. But if we're doing this just for fun, Sticks, no arms or no legs, what say you, brother?
No legs.
No legs.
No
Okay.
legs. Well, it's just. I know we're trying to do funny, but let's just lean into this funny and realistically. One, how much handicap accessible stuff is there for no arm people? You go out somewhere. Do you see anything for no arm people?
No.
No. What do you see? You see a shit ton of stuff for people in wheelchairs. Plus, let's put this way: wheelchairs are getting way better. I mean, there are a lot of these wheelchairs are way better than a fucking car. So let's just talk about that. And like, how far are we talking? We talking like straight, like right before, right by your thighs, like they cutting off. We cutting off like below the knees, past the knees. Because if we're doing like past the knees, we get those Oscar Pistorius legs, man. We become Blade Runner. Fuck, next thing you know, like 4 years from now, I'm in the Olympics. And I'm like, shout out to my Steel Real boys. I'm out here fucking winning gold and banging bitches in this Special Olympic fucking village, guys. I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
That's true. I did not think about that. When I proposed the question, I was thinking like at the fucking right here, no arms, and then with the no legs, like at the fucking hip, like that far up. But if you're thinking stumpy, that's a whole nother question because if you got stumps, I mean, let's just say you're a two pump chump. You're like, hey, you know what? Sorry, I finished, sweetheart. Open wide. Here comes Stumpy. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Well, plus two, one. If you get cut off your legs, you can still go to a strip club and still get lap dances, and the strippers might actually feel a little sorry for you because you're pulling up in a wheelchair. Like, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll give you this private dance for like half off. They'd be like, what is that? Is that a leg joke? Is that me having no legs? Is that me half off? You try to be funny. Then they're like, then
you
they
trying to
start
make
looking.
fun of me? Are you making
Yeah, then
fun
they're
of
kind of
me?
looking at you like, okay, it's for free. Oh, okay, yeah, that's how I want it. You better give me a free lap dance.
Hey,
You better,
sticks. This bitch is making fun of me. She said half off. I got no legs. This bitch is
yeah,
rubbing it in.
yeah, yeah. That's what the bartender said to me like 5 minutes ago. Is that the literal running joke in this goddamn strip club or what?
You know what, Blokey? Get the handy van. We're getting the fuck out of here. These bitches
Yeah,
are rude. They're saying half off. I'm not even stiff anymore. Let's get the fuck out of here.
yeah. I saw some Special Olympic hose that'll give it to me for free. Come on now, we're gonna go hit the van and let's hit the fucking.
You know what? Let's get the blind bitches. Rally the blind bitches. They don't know any better. Let's fuck it. Let's
Yeah,
get out of this strip club. Spearmint Rhino, you're getting a negative 1 star review for this discrimination of half offness.
yeah. Grab the van. We're heading to Hooters and it's closed. Damn it!
Shit. No, but I understand. Yeah, I mean, it's the sympathy vote. That's true. The sympathy vote at the strip club. They'll see you. You could just say you could come in there with Kurt Angle's gold medals and buy them off WWE shop. Yeah, I serve my country. I serve my country. I still got to pay full price. What the fuck, man? I lost my legs for my country. Come on, man. Bitch, throw your nasty ass sniz on this lap. Go to town for your country. Come on, man.
But if we want to talk about no arms, I mean, that'd be when you jerk off. That'd be like having sex with somebody different every day. I mean, if you swap out the arm fucking extensions, I mean You wouldn't have to sleep on your hand now. You just have to switch out an arm and you're good to go.
That's true because we're living in 2025. We're not in 1985. So 2025. And you know the Japanese, they got all kinds of weird shit that you can order online. You get some like weird, like fucking Sebastian the Crab attachment or some fucking, I mean, yeah, you're right. You could jerk off every day with a new attachment. Oh, so hold on. Let me get
Well,
Father Fitty here.
some website freakishly has like the fleshlight arm that's just like an arm with a giant, like your hand is just a giant fleshlight. You're like, my government check came in, and it's a little bit bigger than normal. I got a little bit of a tax increase. Fuck it. I'm gonna get my fleshlight arm. Now I'm gonna have my special needs assistant clean that shit out for me every week because I ain't touching that thing.
You know
I
what,
literally
Doge?
can't touch that thing.
You know what, Doge? You know what, Doge? Keep your money. I'm gonna exchange my Doge check for a special attachment. I ain't got no fucking arms. I can't even, I'm not even typing this. I'm speak to texting this. Sorry if it comes out wrong. I needs me the state-of-the-art sex doll that can take care of all my needs, doesn't judge. Let's keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming.
You know, Elon has that somewhere in the bowels of like Tesla somewhere. He's got like just a bottom floor of just sex bots. That way, if like the world starts going really, really badly, he's like, I'm already on this, guys. Let's go. Let's start pumping these things out.
And
Literally.
Trump's no idiot. Trump, he heard of these Elon sex dolls. He goes, you know what? This motherfucker might turn on me. We're gonna put a fail-safe switch in all of his robots that if he fucks me over, you guys flip that switch, all his sex robots are gonna fucking kill him. They're gonna tear him limb from limb. So I ain't going down without a fight. I'm taking your ass with me, Elon.
Yeah, it's gonna be like real life, like that Megan Fox movie that just came out, Subservient. We're just gonna have that shit going full like 2026 is what's going to happen. Like January 1st is when it's going to hit. And we're just going to have a bunch of like walking zombie sex bots. It's going to be like the walking 10 instead of the walking dead.
If North Korea or South Korea, whoever's hacking shit, if they really want to fuck over the Americans, they can hack into our sex dolls and have them just murder all of us. Because it's like I said, it's 2025. We're gonna get the highly advanced sex robots. They can hack into these sex robots and murder the entire country. All the men are gonna be dead because we're all gonna have one in 10 years. They can hack our sex robots, kill us, take over the country just like that. Because these women aren't gonna be fighting, putting up a fight. They're gonna be fucking on their phone, Instagramming all this shit that's going down while all the men are getting murdered by their sex robots. Because North Korea hacked us. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't even post this episode. I'm giving them too many ideas.
So what's gonna happen is all the guys are gonna end up literally becoming transgender because as they're banging their sex bot, the vag is gonna cut the dicks off. We're all gonna be like, oh shit! Now we don't have a tripod. We're all just smooth midsections now.
You know what? I'm deflecting to North Korea. If they put this into order, the number one rule of the future is literally the word literally is being abolished from the dictionary. No more literally. I'm a North Korean. How's it going, Caesar?
Joan.
Well, let me propose this question to you, Caesar. Uh,
Okay.
if God gave you a choice before you came to Earth and said, Caesar, listen, we're putting together a survey here. We want to know if we send you to Earth, no arms, no legs. Those are your choices. You can go to Earth, you're gonna live a life, but you must choose to live with no arms or no legs. Debatable where it's amputated, but I'm just saying, we're putting the question out to you, Caesar. What is your choice before you head to Earth? And you're a black amputee, so that's like kicking you while you're down.
You pick no legs.
No leg. Okay.
Yeah, you just get a wheelchair. That way you can be fat and happy, and I can move around faster than I can with two legs.
That's true. That's true.
And I can still grab a titty and slap a ass.
Well, Sticks proposed the argument. There's so many new, advancements in technology. It's 2025.
Mhm.
If you want to jerk off, you could have a different attachment at the arm for every day. It'd be like having sex with whoever you want because you got a different arm attachment, cyborg attachment. You could have a fucking, you know, some sort of attachment advancement with hand jobs.
True.
Plus, you would get sympathy at the strip club. If you got no arms, you get a lap dance. Maybe they'll give you half off, you know. No pun
I,
intended.
I mean, yeah, but you can't grab the stripper body. You wouldn't be able to feel that. With no legs, I can still have like knees and have a lap to get a lap dance. And then also if you're in the back room, and they allow you to do that, you can still touch and feel the stripper.
I do have
You imagine rolling in their wheelchair, you get a lap dance, you're like, hey, watch this. And you start doing wheelies with the chick on your lap.
Hell yeah. See, now you got a party trick and you're getting a lap dance.
this motherfucker turned into Tony Hawk. I was riding his dick. No,
Mhm.
I got another advantage of being a no arm because if you got no legs and you're trying to fuck, you ain't got no leverage when you're fucking. If you got no arms, but you still got your legs, you can still have the power of your legs to thrust to please the ladies
What
at
are you
least.
talking about? If you're getting banged on your wheelchair, you maneuver that thing so you're getting all the extra fucking motion.
The
Plus,
inertia
that's
of
all.
the earth.
No, no, no. That's all in your hips. You only need legs if you're trying to hit
You
back
don't think a
shots,
chick's gonna
doggy
want to
style.
bang a dude in his wheelchair? It's 2025. They're
That's what I'm
gonna
saying.
fucking want that. You're
Yeah,
banging
see,
as you're wheeling it,
I'm
as you're
sitting down
fucking
right
getting a
now.
wheelie
You're
going
Sitting
on.
down
on
right now,
that's
homie.
true. You're on the ladies' bucket list, or should I say the ladies'
Fuck it.
bucket list?
Yeah, there we go.
You know,
Say some stupid shit.
that's the name of the episode. Anyway, so let's transition over to wrestling because I did have a wrestling question I wanted to ask you fellas. Let me lay out my stupid thoughts first. On the narcissist, the total package was just announced. We'll be heading into the WWE Hall of Fame. So when I think of Lex Luger, what's his character? Who the fuck is this guy? He's just some white dude who's buff. There's so many white buff dudes in wrestling. What sets this guy apart? How did he make his mark? I know he was on the fucking battleship and he slammed Yokozuna. They're trying to duplicate fucking copy and paste Hogan here. He's copy paste Hogan. That's what Lex Luger is. Fuck that guy. I don't like him. He never left a mark on me. Sure, he has a titanium thing in his arm, so that means he cheated every match and he could torture rack people. I was never impressed with Lex Luger. Fuck that guy. He deflected to WCW. So I'm still holding a grudge with that. He deserves to be in the wheelchair. No, I'm just kidding. No, but my personal thoughts on Lex Luger,
Is in a wheelchair.
not a fan. Not a fan. I appreciate his contributions to professional wrestling. I was never on board with the Lex Express. I was never a Lex Luger fan. That's my personal opinion. But Cesar, do you have any thoughts on Lex Luger?
Yeah, he a racist, man. His best friend is Stink. Fuck that nigga.
Did he
Yeah,
ever?
you want to know what his gimmick is? He was the first gym bro, nigga. That's what his gimmick was. It's still around today. Crackers go to the gym and be swole. Lex was like the first guy that had like 2% body fat. That was a swole nigga that was fighting bitches in the ring. So yeah, his superpower was he was white, like most white people. But yeah, his best friend was Stang. So it's fuck that nigga and fuck him or fuck that cracker and fuck that cracker on sight.
Well, Sticks, you know what the big hubbub was on the Twitter, which I frequent way too often. When he was announced to be in the Hall of Fame, I had to check the comments, and the number one thing that popped up, this motherfucker kills Miss Elizabeth and gets into the Hall of Fame. What the fuck's up with that? So, Sticks, what are your thoughts on Lex Luger? Did he make an imprint, an impact on young Sticks growing up watching Lex slamming Yoko? Are you a fan of Lex Luger and your thoughts on him entering the Hall of Fame?
Um, I'm not a fan of him. A while back here, I went through and would frequent watch old episodes of Nitro just because I had nothing else to do at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I always remember when he joined the Wolf Pack, he seemed he didn't seem like he belonged in there. He always came off plus his promos, he always came off as like a fake person, like he was there for the paychecks and for showing off the physique, but he wasn't really into wrestling. Like I just always remember when he would cut promos, I couldn't believe him. Like he couldn't sell me on it, and it just even got worse when he was in the NWO. Like he was trying to join like the cool kids, and all that stuff. It's just like, what are you doing? Like you joined because like Cesar said, you just joined your racist buddy in the wolf pack.
Yeah, I like Cesar said, he's the first gym bro, and he always seemed like he was the human action figure. Like he was built for merchandise. He was built for action figure, buff guy, generic, like a prototype white dude in wrestling. And yeah, his search legendary Lex Luger promos. I'll wait. Exactly. But whatever. We have our opinion, and that was it. And now let's switch over to the entertainment portion of the tripod. Sheriff, if you watch any movies, drop them in the comments. I'm curious. But I have been sitting on pins and needles waiting for Sticks Adam to catch the movie that I know he'll have something to say about. I hope he caught it. The Substance with Demi Moore. Did you conquer that mountain?
Yeah, it's both me and my and Mrs. Drip. We watched it here Sunday morning. We carved out time afterwards. After we got off work and got some stuff taken care of around the Drip Manor. It was a good movie. I thought it was the best role that Demi Moore has played probably for quite a while, since like maybe mid '90s Demi Moore, and it was one of those you never thought you'd see her do.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see that first off, for being 62, when she did the nude scene in there, I was like, damn. Fuck, I looked at Messenger. I'm like, if you look like that at 62, fuck, I did something right because I picked out somebody that isn't aging like that. I mean, that was great. It was a different movie, different in a good way. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, it was nice uh seeing having to try to balance. Do you want to like she's seeing that her career is done, so she does this, and she has many opportunities to end it, but it shows like the human nature of your career's over, but you got this other part of you that's getting the spotlight, and you're not like it's literally slowly killing you, but you choose not to end it. Like she could have ended it, and she just would have had that fangy looking pinky. But what'd she do? She kept going. But then you kept feeding the you literally kept feeding the monster. Like this person kept doing this, and then she got selfish herself and decided, well, I don't need to go back to you. Like just to see that, like seeing the part of like where she would take the stabilizing fluid from, just seeing that and seeing how bad that spot in the lumbar was getting.
Yeah.
And then after the 3 months of when she finds out, oh shit, I have to go back to this to be able to get through, to be able to make it through the New Year's episode that she worked so hard was trying to get to. Like if you would have done this shit like a month, like if you would have transferred back and forth for a month, you could have wrote this out, did the fucking episode, and then whatever happened afterwards happened. Like it's already, but you didn't. You didn't think about it. And then like the ending, I thought it was a fitting. Well, I thought the beginning when she got her star, and then it was like what? It showed it start slowly deteriorating, like the cracks were showing, and then how the movie ends with that thing showing up at her star, and then basically dying, and then it just gets street swept afterwards and just being disappeared. I thought it was a great movie. I really did. One of the best Demi Moore movies that she's probably done. I mean, since probably maybe G.I. Jane, or some might argue a striptease, but I mean, I thought it was, especially at this point of her life, it was something that was really good to see her do, and I thought it was a great watch and a great suggestion by you guys.
So I do pay attention to the Oscar nominated movies every year, and every year there's always the typical tropes you see nominated. this being nominated gave me faith in the Academy because I was like, my God, like I said, it started out as Cinemax, turned into Black Mirror, and ended on a trauma note. For this to be nominated for Best Picture, I can only determine that it was a respect for Demi Moore and her acting ability in this movie. That's why I'm not going to give up faith in the Oscar nominated films. And I will give every movie a chance, but I will for sure be open and honest about it on this podcast that only 6 people watch. But again, hats off to Demi Moore. That was an incredible performance. And the message of the film of like peeking through the window of celebrities' ego and vanity. Like you said, she could have followed the directions and rode this out. She could have rode this out. Like, I'm curious if she would have rode it out, how long could this have lasted for reals? I mean, only till Demi Moore died of old age, right? But I like what 10 years or something, who knows? But if she would have just followed the directions, the course, and she must have had an endless supply of Caesar's Plan B omelets because the hot as fuck as she was when she was young, bringing different guys in every day, fucking them on the couch, she would have gotten pregnant at some point. How would that have worked? Her quality, again, it was a great movie to discuss.
it just shows everything. It just so you have something that is so simple laid out for you. You get everything needed for you. You have like they give you the kit every what month, every week, whatever.
Every
You
week.
have to switch it. Like you go about your 7 days, then you go back. She had the job that she was going to do was going to work their schedule around her. Like they were gonna like when she said, "Oh, I can only do the show every other week because I got to take care of my sick mom." They
Mhm.
got Dennis Quaid playing like that male pig, different
Perfect.
role. Dennis Quaid,
Perfect.
yeah, and he played it to a T. Like that was great. But they were gonna they basically molded everything around her. But then she started getting all those extra opportunities. Vogue magazine cover, parties, photo shoots. And instead of trying to fit it into her schedule of having to do it in those 7 days, she slowly started trying to steal in days. And you would think after you see that, you maybe if you do it every once in a while, you'd be like, I really should do it, but I really got this. But I mean, you should really, it just showed that when you sink your teeth into something, and you like you love the taste of it, you start getting the spotlight. Everybody's all like you're the flavor of the week. You will do anything to keep prolonging your 15 minutes of fame, but yet you're killing your host. Like she was like Demi was the one. She was the original one, and they showed that at the end of the movie when she tried. When she tried, first off, I knew when you saw that vial of stabilizer when it said single use discard afterwards, like this bitch ain't gonna get rid of it. It ain't going to. She isn't. And guess what? At the end, she's fucking losing fucking teeth, fucking lost a fucking ear. She's running, which by the way, from the studio to her apartment. God damn, was this fucking chick fucking Usain Bolt? She's able to run from the fucking studio to her fucking condo. I mean, that condo had to be like, what, 2 blocks away? Shit. You don't even need a fucking Uber. You were able to do that. And how Demi was able to go from her condo to that janky ass fucking middle of the fucking suburbs that doesn't, not middle of the suburbs, it's middle of the fucking business projects. You can't even afford an address placard to show what it is spray painted on the right above the fucking door what the address is. That was like, if you see that, first thing the old lady, the old lady said was, "Well, that ain't sketchy as fuck. I don't know what it is. You're gonna take something that you're gonna put into your body from a fucking place that has the address spray painted above a fucking door that didn't even open all the way."
Desperation, ego, vanity, it all caught up to her in the end. But Sheriff, you do have to pay for it. I don't know when it's going to be streaming for free. It will at some point. You gotta catch Substance. I would love to hear you talk about it on the Stiller After Party podcast. Which, for the other 5 people watching this, this is the spin-off of the Still Raw After Party podcast. Jake and Zanka, they talk about wrestling. Find them on Instagram, follow them, listen to all the podcasts. It's great. But the Substance did pick up best makeup and visual effects for the Oscars. So they did win something, which they deserve, because when it turned into that big monster and Demi Moore's head was sticking out of the fucking back of that monster, like, holy shit, that's great. They did a great job on that. But yeah, again, highly recommend, because it will be a great discussion with your friends. Sticks, did you catch anything else?
No, I have a movie. I believe it's called Strange Darling that I'm probably going to try to watch sometime tonight.
Okay. Cesar, my man, you had 7 days. Was it TV? Was it movies? Was it drinking? Was it all of the above? How was your past week in entertainment, sir?
Yeah, I just got back from out of town yesterday. Went down to North Carolina with some friends to celebrate a birthday, and we were living it up, you know, having a few drinks and a few laughs and a few ignorant moments. Um, yeah, that's about it. Other time I just watched wrestling because we left Friday. We got back pretty like midday Sunday, and then just caught up on some wrestling, watched some more today, and that was about it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, for me, TV wise, I finished the reality show The Traitors season 3, which Nikki Bella was on. The most dramatic show on TV, reality show. It's a bunch of whiny, crying babies from other reality shows that are on Bravo and everything else. They bring them into this house. Alan Cumming is the host. He might be the gayest man alive. He picks 3 people to be traitors, and it's about winning money. It's a again conversation starter, but it's the most dramatic show on TV. If you want to see Nikki Bella, go for it. It's on Peacock. The whole season 3 is done. It was entertaining. I also finished, well, it didn't finish because this coming week is the season finale of Invincible. That's getting crazy as shit. Check that out if you can. It's an animated show by the creator of The Walking Dead. It's 3 seasons in. Season finale is coming up this week. It's a extremely violent, graphic, dark superhero animated show. As far as movies go, so I've been watching movie trailers, and Mickey 17 came up, and I was like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson, he was okay as Batman. Oh, this movie looks funny. It's about cloning. Oh, he dies a bunch of times. Okay, maybe that'll be cool. It looks funny." So the trailer was deceiving. It was mildly humorous. That's what I thought it was gonna be, just something funny. We can play around with cloning and death. Okay, okay. I saw the runtime. I was like, ooh, over 2 hours. Oh, I'll give it a chance. It turned political. Mark Ruffalo eventually did his best Trump impression throughout the movie. Mark Ruffalo is in it, by the way. The Hulk. Yeah, it starred Robert Pattinson, Glenn from The Walking Dead, also voices Invincible, Mark Ruffalo, Tony Collette. The critics gave it a 79. The people gave it a 72. I would give it a solid 5, and I would definitely recommend you wait till it's streaming for free. Do not waste $1 on this. It's long. You can feel every minute. Don't even bother. You know what? Forget whatever everything I said. Don't watch it. It's terrible. It's yeah. Watch The Substance again. Let's go ahead and start talking about wrestling. We're gonna do a highlighted version of NXT and Impact, because I actually did watch Revolution and have ratings, and we'll break down every match with you guys. NXT, of course, the show that we love, the great show that it is. We had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Zaraya and Sol Ruka. We had Miss Parker versus Kalani. We had the Hardys coming out there with a horrible time killing segment. Jordan Grace versus Cora Jade, which ended abruptly. Kel Dixon versus Trick Willie, which of course Cesar checked out, and that was yeah, that was a thing. Trip. Ricky Saints interacting with Ridge and Sean Spears backstage. At least they showed him. He didn't have a match, but we got to see him. And the main event, of course, culminating with Tony D versus Sean Spears. Cesar, what was your highlight of this past week's NXT?
I don't know. I do know. It's my man Sean Spears getting some respect that he should have got way back in the day for putting in solid work. Still putting in solid work. Um, but old Shawnee getting that North American gold. Uh, they've been giving like Tony championships, and he's been losing them quick. Like he's just collecting chips. And I don't know what they setting up here. I don't know what they set up because he is the only man to pin Obafemi, and Tony about to be like he about to have all the belts. Like I think that's the only one he hasn't won. He won the Heritage Cup, he won the tag belts, he won the North American belt. This nigga about to be NXT champ. He might as well call his bitch ass up. I don't know if they want to call him up. Uh, I guess that could be great for Stacks as being the underboss while Tony just goes to Raw or SmackDown. But I feel like Tony should go with the fam, or at least somebody, maybe like the lawyer. Um, let Stacks and Riz, stay down there. Let Stacks build on his career. But yeah, I'm taking that one. My man Sean Spears, getting the gold, getting him some gold. He bringing up three young crackers who probably need some veteran experience if they gonna stick around in his business. So yeah, my man Shawnee Spears.
You know what? Every AEW deflector, we had the Kang,
Mm-hmm.
Heritage Cup champion,
Yep.
Ethan Page, NXT champion, Sean Spears, North American champion. And now we're waiting for what they got in store for old Ricky
Mm-hmm.
Styles. Let's see him do something big. But I think you're right about having them call up old Tony D. Have him do something else. Maybe Stacks takes over the family. Who knows? Whatever. But Sticks, we had a jam-packed NXT. What was your highlights of this past week?
Um, just before I get to my highlight, I was gonna ask you guys this because they tossed this around on on both NXT and TNA. Who do you think with this working relationship between NXT and A, who do you think would be the first from either TNA or NXT to hold a championship in the other company? Because that like Cora Jade made that proclaim. We're getting very like Moose had even made that. I mean, we were getting several um, opportunities for each brand to be able to do that. Who do you think would be the first person
I got
from
it.
either brand to be able to do that? Who?
I got it. They're calling them Fraxium, but I'm sticking to the Fast and the Fraserists will capture the TNA Tag Team Championships from the Hardys because the Hardys, they got to be about the future. They're too old as fuck. Maybe it'll set up a rematch. I don't know, but I think Fraxium should take the TNA Tag Team Championships. Caesar,
Cesar, who do you think? Who do you think?
I think it'll be a woman first. I think somebody's gonna take the women's title and build it up better over there and get it more air on NXT. Um, it's either got to be that or there's only a couple of guys from TNA who I could pick. Like if I had to pick like a list, I think it's definitely going to be an NXT woman taking the Knockouts title first, probably, or it'll be a guy like a seasoned guy, like what's his name? Like I can see spin the block.
Santana.
Yeah, I can see Santana winning like the North American Championship. You know what I'm saying? Or if they were smart, Ali winning the North American Championship or something like that. Because I mean, yeah, I don't see those guys taking out Moose until he cashes it in for Plan B. But if they did another you want to do another X Division Championship where it's like six motherfuckers, and you get like two or three, or you get two NXT guys with four TNA guys. Yeah, I could see like one of those. I could see something like that. Definitely where somebody from NXT like maybe like a Stax or maybe like a damn who's really or maybe Ricky. Maybe even Ricky. Go over there and win the NA championship. He's like, oh shit, you could trade this in to get a heavyweight championship. Now I think the heavyweight titles and maybe like one guy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like I doubt that it's gonna, they'll really do that. Unless they really want to give Tony all the titles and he wins the TNA title, but that's like a big honor because that's like, that title's been around for so long. So are they gonna treat that one more important than they would treat like the NXT heavyweight title? I could see Moose winning the NXT heavyweight title because he's gonna just try to. By then, you could put it to where if Moose does win it, he's gonna trade in the X Division title to try to win it off, Joe Hendry or whoever, and then be the face of both franchise. And maybe if he does want to go wrestle on main roster, he can have that choice. Don't know. He's been in TNA for 10 years and he's been killing it.
Who was the Chase U guy? What was his name? Miles Bourne or Osborne? Miles Osborne?
Riley Osborne.
Riley Osborne.
He went into the Ultimate X match, right?
Yeah.
He did get one guy to do it. So
yeah.
What happened to him? Did he get released?
No, I think he's probably on Evolve or some shit.
Well, see, here's the ironic thing. Him and Blair Davenport are married in real life. So, and this is ironic that, I mean, obviously with them killing off Chase U, like we're still trying to see how they're going to do. I mean, we had a little bit of a snippet with this last week with Trick and was it Kale
whatever
dude.
Cracker's name is,
Cracker who basically blamed Trick for the downfall. Maybe we'll get a little bit more into that. I don't know. I agree with Cesar. I could have seen, especially with this coming up, like I could have seen Cora Jade maybe beating Masha next week, but then after seeing what happened this Tuesday, you were kind of hoping maybe the injury stank on her was going to be done, but then she'd get whatever happened with her this Tuesday. Or now I'm kind of thinking, shit. I don't know if maybe you want to do something like that because you could kind of do that with her, have her bring it on NXT, bounce back and forth because obviously TNA tapes their TV shows well in advance. That way, when she's healthy, she can still coast through it leading up to any time a live event. But now it's just like, you seen what happened. It's just like, maybe if they were going to pull a trigger, they're not going to now. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard.
If they would announce this 3 months earlier, it would have been Joe Hendry. He would have won the North American Championship on WWE programming. If they would announce like this really big merger instead of like, if they'd announced this like, at Rumble, that they were all like officially working together and they can go on both shows, there's no doubt that Joe Hendry would have won either the Cup or the North American title, and he would have because he was like getting crazy momentum on NXT, and still had crazy momentum in TNA, and that's about the time when Dolph was holding it. I guess Dolph probably just wanted a break, whatever. But you can't be burning too hot, man. I get it, and they gave it to Joe, but there were still plenty of guys there that could have had the TNA World Heavyweight title if Joe was more focused, probably wrestling both. It definitely would have been him though. He'd have been the guy that they would have. He was way too over at the time not to like have some big mention. And like, he could have just won the Heritage Cup because I mean, one, he is from Europe where it started anyway. Two, he could have kept those rules and taken it to TNA. Would have been exciting. And probably hyped up on a pay-per-view over there. So it could have been. It would have definitely been Joe. But now, there's a good list of guys.
Yeah. Well, Sticks, what was your highlight from this past week's NXT?
My highlight is the rise of Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Yeah. The fucking crowd is into her.
Wow, isn't that shit?
Music playing. The crowd is just drinking it in. She picking up that dub. against Kalani. I mean, this woman, she's making waves. Like this woman, she's talking about she's watching. She's gonna watch that big title match next week between Julia and Stephanie Vacour. I think Miss Parker's right there at the doorstep, guys. I think she's. I can see them having her become the next Women's North American champion, and she would not diminish that championship. She'd help elevate that thing. Miss Parker walking out with that North American championship. Woo! Child, that would be great. I mean, a gold would be a great accessory for Miss Parker.
Imagine the North American Championship wrapped around that dunk. Uh,
Ooh.
Let me go ahead and read the notes from that then. Miss Parker versus Kalani. You would think Jada would learn to change up her gear after her brown eye blinked a couple weeks ago on TV, but nope. She's sticking to the butt cheek, hanging out of the bottoms in this.
Hell yeah, girl.
Great match, nevertheless. I would love to see these two have a lot more one-on-one matches. Miss Parker, armed with a battle donk, gets the victory. Cesar, what did you think of this match?
It was a good match. It was a good match for both of them. To me, I know they have faith in Kaylani because they gave her the first ever North American women's title reign. You can't take that from her. It's in the books. Okay, she rests like Jada said. She wrestling mellow in the sheets. So we know him got that covered. He got that covered. Okay, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Jada, Miss Parker, sorry, Miss Parker, if you nasty. She got the crowd on her side. She got that ain't taking no shit attitude. She's literally she's literally best of both worlds. She's acting like a tweener. She's acting like a heel, but she's too over because she's too good.
Yeah.
And we all love that donk.
That
You know what I'm
donk.
saying? That shit be donking. Okay. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with Miss Parker. She got the attitude. She got the ass. She got the in-ring work. She got the promos. She's good to go. All she need, yeah, she gonna get that title and she gonna go back to being heel. Cause she gonna have that ego, you know. She got that swagger when she come to the ring. You know, she hit the high steps, you know what I'm saying, in the ring. Showing a little pussy to the fans, you know, giving us what we want. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
then
know what I'm
some.
saying? And then some. You know what I mean? Still got that one cheek out. Nothing wrong with that girl. You show that cheek. Okay, I ain't never gonna be mad at you. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Um, I mean, she came in after them light skinned Negroes that she kind of in a group with, and she done rose to the top real quick. I don't think she's gonna be down there long. They gonna fuck around and find out, and they gonna take her up. You know what I'm saying? If they want to take a crop of people and take a risk on, I mean, we all know Sangria still hates Lyra Valkyria because you know sometimes she do be born as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you stick her with that crazy bitch, and you got gold. So I don't know why they broke them hoes up. See, Miss Parker don't need nobody. She just need to go up there and start slapping bitches. Okay. If they ever send her up there, that's all she need, and that's all she gonna do. She gonna walk over there and start slapping bitches, and everybody, and then they gonna get the drone footage of her slapping bitches on Raw. Everything gonna be great. Ain't gonna be no problems. So yeah, I think Kaylani's great too. Kaylani has the opportunity to. I mean, she's young. Um, just like Miss Parker. So if you want to keep them down there, I think you probably want to get them. Like they've kept a few people down there. Like probably I like to think they keep them down there long because they're letting them probably try to be like locker room leaders, so they know what that feels like. So when they go up, they know what they know what a locker room leader on the main show is going to be. Probably going to be a little bit more crazy hectic, but they're coming from a crop of leaving great wrestlers down there to help him build the main roster, and then they don't have to do so much. They can focus on the wrestling and their character work,
I thought
which
it was
I always think is great.
I thought it was funny that the cross-eyed kid, you know him, he's got to have at least one ninja
Yeah, on
Danger
Danger Match.
match of the night.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
it. But my highlight, you know what? We're going in reverse here. I'm going to start with the first match because Chelsea Green and Piper Niven took on Zarya and Sol Ruka. Good match, hard hitting. Chelsea gets a busted nose. Zarya F5's Piper onto Chelsea, and then Chelsea's Soul gets snatched as Soul and Zarya pick up the win. Of course, the Soul Snatcher still one of the greatest looking finishers in the business today. I love me some Chelsea Green, fellas. Cesar, what'd you think of this match?
Chelsea Green, goat, man. Give her all her flowers. She the goat. All right, she out here cooking with nothing, nothing in the damn pan. Okay, she bringing the butter, she bringing the chive, she bringing the steak. Okay, she bringing the salt, the damn pepper, and the fries or the potato, however you want to get it. And the bitch got a biscuit and a roll on the side. Okay, she bringing everything. Okay, everything to the damn pan. They just gave this bitch a pan and a stove, and she bringing everything else and cooking. Uh, Chelsea can never do no wrong in my eyes. Okay, I'm just telling y'all that right now. I don't give a good goddamn. She can't do nothing wrong in my eyes. She out here cooking, doing the Lord's work with Piper, and now doing the Lord's work with Alba Fire. They got something for this bitch to do, so she ain't getting fired. Okay, they just gonna be like, no, give it Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea gonna cook with that. It don't matter. We give Chelsea trash. She turned that shit into 5-star gourmet. Okay, Michelin rated. Niggas out here putting forks on the ground. If you've seen those type of shows and movies where they show them niggas do, but I digress. Okay, uh, them bitches hit a doomsday device with a moonsault off the top goddamn rope. What the fuck is we going on here? Fuck is we doing? Y'all just gonna risk this shit on Tuesday? On Tuesday, doomsday device with a goddamn moonsault.
First
Okay,
match of the night.
okay, that damn Soul Ruka.
On a regular Tuesday, not like a
Yeah,
PLE named
Tuesday like next week.
Tuesday.
Nah, y'all just pulling shit out. Soul Ruka got this big bitch in a tag team of matcher looking great. Okay, they looking like they're a well-oiled machine. They looking like, you know, like Fraxium after like 5 wins. We was like, hold on now. Hold on, these two little midget niggas got something here. They can pull something out their ass. These little fast ass bitches is out here. Now you got Soul Ruka and Dari out here looking crazy. F5 and bitches, on bitches, and then hitting bitches with damn soul snatchers. Yeah, I don't care. Liv and Raquel got some work to do. Okay, they're gonna fuck around. NXT bitches gonna show up on WrestleMania, take them titles, and go right back to NXT. And I ain't gonna be mad at it. I'm gonna tell you good goddamn right now. If Soul Ruka and Daria walk out on that long ass ramp, Liv and them gotta give them titles. Them bitches ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit for me. Give me that big bitch, that big buck deer hunting bitch, and you give me that half black white woman, and you give them some fucking titles. And yeah, I don't care. I don't care about nothing else. Give them titles. I don't care if that match is 2 seconds. Have them throw them bitches all around, soul snatch a couple bitches, pin them, go home. Best match of the night. And get that shit 12 stars. Fuck Meltzer.
Yeah, sticks. I mean, you give Chelsea chicken shit, she turns it into chicken salad. She never misses. What did you think of this? The first match of
Turn that
the
shit to chicken cordon bleu. Nigga, that's what she do.
Yeah, we're talking about this on a Monday. So we've seen what happened Tuesday, but we also saw what happened on Friday. We have a woman who is the United States champion that came from the 51st state of the United States, Canada, and her cabinet is from overseas. She had her secret Hervis is from our outside picking 4-leaf clovers. This is what her secret Hervis are doing. This chick is putting the entertainment into World Wrestling Entertainment, but also she isn't a slouch in the ring. She can put on a match. Her match on Friday, I thought when they talk, because we've seen how many Michin and Chelsea Green matches, and at this point on Friday, I was like, shit, is there something going on? They're gonna have her lose to Michin, because you can only do that match so many times for you're like, okay, we got to give the other girl the title. We got to have her flowers and be able to run with it.
Yeah.
She came out dressed like Cactus Jack, but she was Chelsea Jack.
That
I mean,
was
this chick,
awesome. That was
that
awesome.
was phenomenal.
If it
Her
comes in
Gemini,
5X, I'm getting it.
she came out with it. That was great. Tuesday night, her Piper did the Lord's work. I mean, they came out there. They are a functional, great tag team. We kind of forget that those two were in the thick of the women's tag team division on the main roster. I believe they even won it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah. So we have two chicks that were WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and they show up down there because Chelsea thought the trainers area was a massage table. It was like a massage area. She talked smack to the two chicks, and we have a match that we showed up on Tuesday. Like Cesar said, Zarya and Soul are well-oiled, well-functioning women's tag team. Like, I would not be surprised if these two chicks showed up on Raw on a Monday and said, "Hey, we've got 5-6 wins as a tag team. We're coming for those titles." I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they had that as a WrestleMania match. Like, if we had that night one, you get Zarya and Soul, their shine as from NXT coming up there. They weren't going to give you a disappointing match. Liv's been on a run. I mean, the only part I would be worried about would be Raquel, but I think that she would be good enough to be able to put on a decent match. And I wouldn't mind seeing Soul and Zarya winning at WrestleMania and bring it down to NXT. Be like, hey, bring us your best women's tag team. The champions are down here, supposedly down here on the developmental brand. We're down here. Come see us. While you could also have them show up on Fridays, come back on Mondays. This is the great thing about with WWE and having NXT as like a third brand. You can have these chicks show up there and do this and bring eyes to Tuesdays, but also have these girls show up, have them show up on a Friday, talk about how they're on NXT, talk about all the great stuff on NXT, bring the eyes over the C-Dub, have them watch what we're watching, and I mean, see the greatness that is cooking on Tuesday that will soon show up on a Monday and a Friday in the near future.
And shout out to speaking of Friday, shout out to Alba Fire keeping her job, and now she's in the Secret Service, just adding to the greatness that is Chelsea Green. And now let's switch over to TNA Impact. We had Elijah versus Myers. We had Savannah Evans versus Zaya Brookside. We had the Elegances, had to be the concierges to Spitfire. John Schuyler versus Santana. AJ Francis versus Steve McLean. We had Oba Femi and Moose segment. Northern Armory versus Ace Austin and the Rascals. We had Masha segment with Cora. And then the main event was the Hardys versus the Colognes. Sticks, what was your highlight of this past week's TNA Impact?
Boys, let's cut straight to the chase. We know what we're looking forward to on this Tuesday. And it's not because I'm racist. I mean, I have an open invitation to a barbecue that at some point in my life I will make it to, but let's just not mess around. We're looking forward to the Ninja match of the night. I mean, we're going to get Oba shows up and Moose. Not only does Moose come out with the system, but then he brings security and he tells this guy that the security is for him. And then he offers the security a spot in the system for the first one to jump and take out Moose or take out Oba. And you see all these guys just start looking at each other like, oh shit, we can be in the system? And they all congregate on him. Mm-hmm. And Oba Femi, like it's a Tuesday night in the cotton fields, throws all these guys out of there and starts one by one taking out the members of the system, and then Moose saws him in half with a spear, and we get Moose standing over Oba with both the X Division and the NXT Championship. I mean, you can talk about a lot of different things that happen on Tuesday, or not Tuesday, but on Thursday. But this is the thing I'm looking for. This is one of the great things that we talk about with this working relationship with NXT and TNA. We're going to get this match that we have talked about. I'm pretty sure we had talked about before this relationship became public. This is something that we have wanted. We're going to get it. And for them to be able to have a segment like this, to build up Moose going into Roadblock, this is going to be great. I mean, we're going to get a guy that has accomplished everything in TNA to go on to NXT and be like, hey, I am the face of the franchise. I've done it all. I'm somebody that they can put out there. I've done it. I could be a guy that could be a champion. I could be the face of AEW if I wanted to. Thankfully, he's not, but he could be. I mean, hopefully, if his contract's up, he could pipeline his way to WWE. I think he'd be a great acquisition for WWE. But we're going to get a little taste of Moose in a WWE environment. This is what I'm looking forward to. I don't think it's going to disappoint. And Thursday night just made me look more forward to Roadblock coming up.
Yeah, Cesar, with Moose fighting Obafemi in the main event for the championship, they should have renamed this fucking NXT Eclipse. It's so dark. But again, what was if you have any thoughts on the Obafemi Moose segment and your highlights of this past week's Impact?
Yeah, it's Obafemi Moose. I mean, yeah, this is what we want to see. Yeah, I mean, Oba said it. Yeah, two real Nigerian niggas getting in the ring, fighting, duking it out. Yeah, some real Django Mandingo fight. Yeah, two big dick niggas slapping meats. Yeah, just like Big E said. Yeah, two big men slapping meats in the ring. All pow. This is gonna be the loaf of bread, a case of water. None of that shit. It's gonna be 7 pounds of just meat. Oh, Book gonna skeet all over this. He gonna skeet over this so hard. Shamel gonna have him on the couch like he was talking about
We also talked about on
fat ass
Tuesday,
women in the
Corey
ring.
Graves making the comment to Book about sexy red on commentary where they're
yeah. This gonna be great. I mean, this is gonna be a real good match.
Roadblock is gonna be something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a show.
I can't wait. I hope my fucking CW works on this stupid ass TV.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a show, especially with like what you got Roadblock and then you got what Retribution or something or
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice coming up on that Friday. I think next Friday, or is it this Friday?
This Friday. It's this weekend.
This Friday. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Boys, we got Roadblock, and then we're going to Sacrifice on Friday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
so
good
like
wrestling weekend.
Yeah, woo! Man. Fucking you know, Stiggs, talking about what you were saying earlier, if they were smart, they would somehow figure out a way to switch titles. They should have Moose win. And then Santino, after Moose beats Jeff Hardy at Sacrifice, like next Thursday, be like, let's say the system like just hella cheats. He'd be like, you know what, Moose? You know what? You got to put your TNA X Division title on the line tonight. You know what I'm saying? And then have that shit be Obafemi and have him beat Moose for that title. And so just so you got to keep this cooking, man. You got to keep, if one of them wins, it just feels like a one-off. Like there's no real reason unless like they're going to send Obafemi down to TNA and to have them like keep their titles against each other. Just, I know it's crazy, but it sounds boring. Let's do something fun. You want to shock, I want them to shock people like when they watch NXT and fucking Spears won that title, like everybody was devastated in that arena. That's the kind of reaction you want. Have some crazy ass shit go down
and
have these
Roadblock mean something. Don't just have NXT to just demolish TNA.
Yeah.
Have Roadblock mean something. Have TNA benefit from this relationship. And what better way to have this promotion benefit than having Moose win the main fucking title? You
Right.
want the internet would
Here's the thing.
explode.
Here's the thing that I just thought of this. What if Friday night shows up? It's the night of sacrifice. We're all thinking, okay, the card is set. What's this like a match in? Let's cue in. You see Jeff Hardy get laid out backstage. Like they're stretchering this motherfucker, and they're like, who are we gonna put in? Who's gonna face Moose in the X Division champion? Not was this disregard the ladder match, but who's gonna face him? All of a sudden, you see walk through that door. Down, bow,
That's fine too. That's
and
fine too.
Oba's like, I heard you need an opponent for Moose for X
Don't
Division
do the accent.
champion.
Don't do
Don't
the
do the
accent.
accent. Yeah, don't do it.
Santino is like, let's
Actually,
make
he's
it
fake. You know it's a
official.
fake accent, right? You know
Yeah.
he's like Kofi.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, they do play football in Alabama. Come on.
Bama. Yeah, nigga played in
Yeah,
Alabama
Yeah,
country,
I mean,
bitch.
come on now. I mean, Kofi was faking Jamaican. I mean, come on, boys. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, Kofi should have been faking African. At least he's from there.
but
These niggas is too.
What if you were to lean into that, and you not only did you have, if let's just say, miraculously, Moose wins the NXT Championship Tuesday. Oba walks in to sacrifice. Jeff Hardy laid out, and Oba beats Moose for the X Division Championship.
Fine with that
So
too.
we don't get the one off now because
Yeah.
these boys have contractual rematches. So we could do a threefer. I mean, you might still end up probably maybe having Moose win 2-1 because he's probably going to end up getting his X Division Championship back. But then you get Oba getting his NXT Championship back. But I mean, you could see that. I mean, that's the great thing about wrestling is that the card is subject to change.
Right.
That's the thing you always forget about with them saying, like you're reading in the fine print. So maybe you could do that if we get that surprise on Tuesday. I would be very surprised if that happened, but I think that would
It'd
be
be
something
great though.
but it would be something you could do to prolong this hype of this match between these two guys.
So let me make a quick tangent here. We had a lot of shine on Oba and Moose, so I will shift to a match I never thought, a man I never ever thought I would give my highlight to, ever. AJ Francis versus Steve McLean.
Yeah.
Casey in AJ's corner. AJ Francis has improved a lot in his in-ring ability. Northern Armory attempt to help McLean. In the end, they do more harm than good. A massive down payment by AJ gets him a huge victory. You know he appreciated that shit with Steve Macklin putting him over. Yeah, he's come a long way from flopping over the fucking top rope.
Yep.
AJ Francis, another black guy. They got some faith. They're giving him a dub. Hopefully, this gets him some more opportunities. But Cesar, what did you think of this match?
Yeah, man. I mean, all I can say is that shit looked like money, money, money. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they had the white guy in the corner hit that shit with him when he walked down. That motherfucker always hitting that dance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then hitting that old fine what is cognac? Same bottle.
Oh shit.
But he's hitting that old fine Tennessee whiskey.
It looked clean this week too.
It looked clean. Damn, that shit was clean.
Yeah.
Cleaner than this shitty ass ratty beard that I got sporting. That nigga hit that shit clean. I like AJ, man. I know Rich Homie Swan had some troubles. And but when they was cooking though, when they was actually giving them boys like some shit to do and it's cooking, nothing wrong with JC Navarro. He pretty good. He pretty good too. I ain't mad at JC Navarro. He pretty good. But yeah, man, when old AJ Francis be cooking, man, guy's got potential. You're right. And bonus for him though. Bonus for him. He could do some things over in NXT. You know what I'm saying? The gimmick is there. The gimmick is there. The talent is there. There's some big dudes over there he
Well,
could fight.
Ashante is still in NXT, right? Adonisly,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
still
he's still
there.
there.
So
Yeah, he's pimping out that white chick,
Yeah,
Karma
he got that snow
Petrovich.
bunny. He got that Dr. Umar special. You know, Dr. Umar gonna get in his ass.
you never
Uh,
know. We could get AJ, doing something with Ashante.
Boy, yeah, if they can turn Carmen heel, got that snow bunny in the group, and AJ and Shantae link back up, man.
Well,
That shit.
let's not forget about it. They still got B-Fab up on the fucking main roster. Could you imagine?
Yeah, yeah. I
Imagine
don't know what she's doing, but she is on the main roster.
She's gonna
she
fight
Um,
faced.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But no. Yeah, AJ looked good. Um, Steve McLean always looking good. I mean, you know, he in the ring, he doing his thing, he doing his thug thizzle. Um, so yeah, I ain't got no problems with that. That was a good ass segment, good ass match.
Well, Sticks, any thoughts on that match? AJ versus Steve McLean.
Oh yeah, we talked about this for numerous years. How we see a lot of WWE talent get released, and then they show up on NXT, on TNA, and then TNA is like the platform to be able to work on their stuff. And we always talked about how WWE seemed to always have an eye to like they always kept watching these guys and gals, seeing how they did, how good they did, how they used TNA as a springboard, and then here we are today, working relationship with NXT. Like you guys just said, this could be the platform for AJ Francis to work on being that next great monster heel. Him getting this dub on Tuesday, like Cesar said, having KC Navarro being that little yappy guy that's like always talking shit. And I mean, he gets his ass whooped, but he's that guy that's just that annoying voice that you keep hearing. It's like, shut the fuck up. Well, I don't care about you. I care about the big guy. He's gonna fuck me, could possibly fuck me up. And I mean, he hit that Tennessee whiskey clean. I mean, that was like straight off the shelf, smack you in your face bottle of Tennessee whiskey. He hit that clean. This is great for AJ. Steve Macklin, he's got the resume, former Impact TNA champion. He's still trying to find his way. The Northern Armory, Eric Young, he even said it afterwards, I trust you, EY, but I don't trust these two. So, I mean, we still got that simmering in the background. AJ being able to pick up this dub over a former heavyweight champion and look good in that match. Like, if we get this AJ Francis and a build, like AJ Francis could be wrestling for that TNA championship 3-4 months down the road if he puts together good matches like this and have him. You can have the promos. This dude from the First Class Lounge as TNA champion or First Class Penthouse,
Yeah.
having him cut promos with that championship over his shoulder. I mean, that'd be appointment television.
Before we move on from TNA, I would like to announce that Hammerstone is no longer under contract with TNA. I guess, I don't know if he kept getting injured or whatever. It just expired. They didn't renew it. Best wishes to Hammerstone. I'm pretty sure he'll end up in AEW. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Well, it's Sunday night, and you know what that means. That's right. It's one of my first AEW pay-per-views in a very long time. They held Revolution. 0 Hour, we'll go over real quick. Paul Walter Hauser, the actor, and QT trying to set up something. Nobody cares. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson versus Hologram and Commander. My only note about this is I'd love to see Fast and Fraserus versus Hologram and Commander. Hologram botched Apron Poison Rana. Hologram Commander win. Who cares? Shane Taylor Promotions versus Cole, Roddy, Kyle, and Danny Garcia. Sticks. Adam Cole is on the pre-show. Cesar, the TNT champion, is on the pre-show.
Garcia, like 38 people wrestled at this fucking pay-per-view.
Garcia taps out Lee Moriarty. Gravity versus Jericho didn't happen because he unmasked him and beat him in front of his family. Sticks, any thoughts on the pre-show?
Yeah, I didn't watch it just for the
Okay.
fact that did they do fucking Orange Cassidy and fucking Big Boom
No,
and
no,
oh they didn't do that show that was on Zero
no,
Hour.
no.
Oh,
Didn't
okay. Well, fuck. I thought that was because
didn't
when I
happen.
thought I read that, I was like, fuck, I ain't watching it. I'm not watching a 0 hour with fucking Big Boom and Rizzler and all that
Never
bullshit.
happened.
No.
Never
No,
happened.
no, he's being a
Cesar,
dick.
any
It happened
no, it
because they
didn't.
were that.
Cesar, any thoughts on the pre-show?
You see the fucking thing behind me?
Okay, good. Let's move on to the main show starting. Hangman versus the guy who wants to get the fuck out of there every pay-per-view, MJF. Hangman's old theme plays, but it's MJF trolling us. MJF continues the disrespect throughout. Thumb to the eye, spitting, Dick thrust Jones to Hangman's face. Hangman eventually returns the favor. MJF works on Hangman's arm, getting the salt of the earth a few times. Hangman moonsaults onto MJF on the outside of the ring. After multiple reversals, MJF tombstones Hangman on a steel chair. That was a pretty cool spot outside of the ring. Hangman hits Angel's wings in the ring, and MJF landed face first. That looked fucking gnarly. Then Hangman picks up the win with a buckshot lariat. A decent start. Decent start. These two, of course, AEW veterans. They were there since the start. They can go. Reliable talent. I gave it 6 solid pretzels. Cesar, what did you think of the first match of the night?
Oh yeah, shit was pretty good. Uh, who don't like MJF? Everybody like MJF. I mean, I like MJF. Uh, ain't no way I'm signing up for no spot where that nigga puts his dick in my face. No, I'm just, nah,
Money talks.
nah, man. Money ain't money. Beat your cracker ass. And that's what I'm gonna really do. Okay, I'm gonna hit your ass with a 45 in the gym, nigga. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Um, a good match though. Great match between these guys. Built some story up to it. Um, MJF hating because people like drunk cowboys and not his goofy ass. Um, that's fair. That's fair. Uh, yeah, because Hangman been wilding a little bit, been wilding against Swerve, so it makes him kind of racist because he ain't
You got
burn
a
nobody else's
haircut.
house down.
You got a haircut too for
Yeah,
this.
he did get a haircut too. Yeah, he fighting coming out of Tesla trucks, and got himself a cut, and yeah, beat the old dog shit out of old MJF. Got the dub. But yeah, I'll give it 6 as well. 6. I thought it was a good match. It was a great start off match. If you're talking about start off matches, it was good. It was highly entertaining. It was two guys who seemed like they hate each other. Everybody spitting on each other and shit. And then yeah, Cracker got the dub.
Well, hopefully Sticks doesn't make this a Mark of the Beast match. We don't need another 6. Hopefully it's lower or higher. Sticks, what'd you think of Hangman versus MJF to start the pay-per-view?
I thought it was one of the better starts to an AEW pay-per-view that they've had in quite a while. Like they talked about there in the commentary, both guys were on the first ever like AEW pay-per-view. Um, these guys are literally two of the pillars for AEW television. They went out there and did great work to open up pay-per-view. Like you said, MJF, usually when he starts off pay-per-view, he's gonna do a pretty good job of it because he wants to hurry up, put his work in, get the fuck out. And he did that. That tombstone on the chair, for how that chair did not fucking just go
Hold and
straight.
break.
Yeah, how that fucker did not just break and then turn around and, like you said, take the angel's wings face first and not get concussed, busted open, or even get his brain scrambled like fucking like a Waffle House on a Sunday morning. Like how his brain wasn't like that. That was amazing. I gave a 6 in the salt because I thought it was a great opener for AEW television. I mean, was it worth
Big
the
up
7?
to Stallion Pete. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it was worthy of 7 because I mean, after this, I mean, this is something that got you better, but just the flow of the pay-per-view. And I thought there was 2 other matches that were well worth 7, if not more than 7. But I thought this was good for both these guys. both these guys embodied their AEW characters, and it was a good way to start off this pay-per-view with two guys that have bled AEW and are AEW through and through.
Well, lightning quick here, folks. TBS champion Sasha Botch versus Homo Wannabe. I like how hard Homo is striking Sasha. Sasha retains 3 pretzels. Sticks?
Yeah, 2 pretzels. I can't take Mercedes.
Caesar?
I didn't rate this shit. I barely
Good.
watched. See,
Uh,
that's what you get for lying, though. That the damn fat ass Rizzler wasn't on the pre-show.
it didn't happen. Up next was a match. Okay, up to this point, they arranged the matches correctly because next was Swerve versus Ricochet. We had a lull, and then we had this. I'm sensing a Nana turn here. Swerve accidentally knocks down Nana. Nana then says, fuck this, and leaves while flipping off Swerve. Fucking Leslie Jones is in the crowd losing her mind.
Losing her shit.
She was flipping out, and Nigel noticed and says, it looks like Nana's mom is upset.
Nigel's on that fuck shit.
Nigel, man. As soon as Leslie became animated in the crowd, the camera keeps cutting to her. Swerve showing great strength in this. Swerve hits a vertebreaker on Ricochet on the top of the Spanish announce table.
Yep.
Ricochet hits the 630. Nana takes his coat back, but Ricochet dives onto him, puts the coat on, catches Swerve, and hits a very dangerous Death Valley driver. Barely landed it. It could have been really awful. Gets in Dr. Ken's face. Swerve inadvertently knocks out Nana again. Swerve does hit the JML driver for the win. The camera cuts to Brad Williams doing the Nana dance, the midget comedian. He's pretty funny. Swerve presents robe to Nana. All is good for now. I still think Nana's going to turn soon. This was a great match. I gave it 7 pretzels. Sticks. No, Caesar, what did you think of Swerve versus Ricochet?
I thought it was really good.
Sorry. Go ahead, Caesar.
What? I don't know.
No,
I thought it was really good.
bad.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. Especially when Nana was like, what the fuck, man? And then he left. And then old Rick and nigga hit Swerve with the house call, running down the damn crazy shit. Hit that shit. Yeah, these boys showed up and showed out. I don't know why that fucking drummer was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, country nigga just out here drumming.
Off key.
Yelling,
Like he wasn't even with the song.
Nah, he was off key as fuck. That's because he can't hear when they like started the music. So he was off key as shit. Yeah, what the fuck out of here. But yeah, old Rick and nigga come down with his fake ass Drake ass, wearing the robe. And then yeah, just another battle of light skin versus darky again. You know, the ever-growing battle in the black community. And the darky won. Swerve got that dub. Hit 2 of the meanest house calls we've seen in a while. At the end. Hit them shits nasty. Then yeah, permitted the robe, gave the robe back to Prince Nana, and he draped Swerve with that shit, and Swerve got title shot. Yeah, they need to do something. They need to do something. We'll get to the main event, but they need to do something. But no, this match was good. Yeah, you know, had a decent match. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, had a, you know, Sasha do her thing, and then yeah, had a pretty great match. I gave this a 7. I was about to say 6 in the salty mustard, but I give it a 7. It was better in the first match. I thought it was a little bit better in the first match. It definitely 2 guys who can go in the ring and do what they got to do to put on a solid match for the fans. I liked it. I think it's great. And then yeah, now that everything's behind Swerve and you know he crazy again a little bit and putting pink shit in his hair. Yeah, it's time to get back in the title picture and mix it up with those boys.
Yeah, I think the Nana element added more to this match than the first match, was my opinion. But Sticks, Swerve versus Ricochet. What'd you think?
Yeah, this was a great match. Like you talked about, we had the build. You went from a good match to a shitty match. Now you got to bring the crowd back with this. And what not a better match to be able to bring the crowd back into it than Swerve and Ricochet. I mean, these guys went out here, put on a hell of a performance. like Cesar said, that wicked ass house call kick that Ricochet hit on him while walking the guardrail. Um, like you said, Mangria, you had that Nana factor just kind of lingering over it. Like Swerve was just beating the shit out of him. And Nana was the man that was just like, hey, you got to get this shit back in the ring. He goes to try to stop Swerve from doing it. He shoves him out of the way. Um, it was just, you had that lingering effect, which could also linger going forward with anything that Swerve does. It's a great thing to be able to have to try to keep in the back of your head. Outside that great match, both these guys, the chemistry of these guys is great. The history, when you look back, I mean, these boys, not as the same people, but as different personas. They go as far as back to Lucha Underground. Like that's, I mean, the chemistry of these guys is great. I actually thought we might have gotten maybe a surprise with Swerve making the reference to Ricochet's woman on Wednesday. I thought, oh shit, we gonna get a guest spot, but we didn't. Didn't take any away from the match. I mean, both these guys showed out. I gave it 7 in the salty mustard. I thought this was a great match. You had something to fight for. Not only did you have Swerve fighting for Nana's robe, but it's also like what Nana told Swerve. We got to get back to business. You got to get your championship back. So Swerve had not only get Nana's robe back, but also to get back to the task at hand, become a champion again. And Ricochet, he talked about it. I want to be AEW champion. I put some dubs up. He albeit he beat Swerve, however you want to say it was, with a low blow when he was going for the Swerve stomp. He had something to fight for. This was a great match. Well placed on the card, which is really odd to say for AEW television, but I gave it 7 in the salty mustard.
Yeah, up next was for the Continental Championship. It was Okada versus Brody King. With Okada seated in chair by barricade, Brody did a running crossbody into him, and it looked brutal because the fucking barricade had no give. Uh, Okada's chest beat red thanks to Brody lighting it up with chops. Okada hits Brody with the championship. Okada retains with the Rainmaker. Okada took a beating but held his own. I was slightly impressed with Okada during this match. But that being said, 4 pretzels. Sticks, what'd you think of this shit?
I thought it was probably, since he came to AEW, the most damage that Okada has taken in a match, and still came out looking pretty good. Like, his ability to sell in AEW has been great. Like, he's sold a lot. Like, his facial expressions on a lot of this was, they gave you that little bit of a false hope with Brody being from California. You were like, shit, is Okada gonna lose this? But Okada kept finding ways. Like, he'd roll out of the ring. He was able to find way, like the throwing the chair in there to divert, to be able to hit Brody with the championship. Was great. I gave this 5. They keep building Okada. You don't want to have him. I mean, he's got this prestige when he came over from New Japan. And I'm pretty sure they're going to keep pounding that he's the best tournament wrestler in all pro wrestling. Well, his championship that he has, you have to win in a tournament. So, I mean, it's going to take some kind of big superstar to beat him for that. Brody King isn't that guy. Not yet anyway. Maybe if he ever will be. I don't know if he will ever be. But, I mean, he came out and he showed up and he showed out in a championship match. And he put Okada through the ringer. And, I mean, it showed it. Okada was beaten the fuck up. And he retained in a hard-fought match. So I gave it 5.
Yeah, Brody has tattoos and he barks. That's the only thing that's special about him. Cesar, what did you think of this Continental Championship match?
Yeah, they just wanted Okada to fight some big cracker with no knees. So it looked like he can get beat up, and that's all Brody King is. Thick neck cracker with no knees. Yeah, he threw some chops and some slams, and You know, Okada still got the flick off the crowd, and who? I think Nigel said that was. Nigel said that to Tony. He's like, here you go, Tony. What did Nigel say? Okada was getting his ass up on the ropes, and he's like, what's he gonna do, Tony? And then he was like, yeah, he gonna throw the elbow. And then Brody King got up, and Nigel was like, well, you just ruined the match. You told Brody King what he's gonna do, so he got up and slapped him. Nigel was a goat. Yeah, I'm giving Nigel a 8 for his performance tonight. But yeah, this match, I don't care about this match. This match was like 4 or something. I don't care. But yeah, Okada went in for the sell job. Um, yeah, still pulled it out in the end. So he got the dub as he should. The only person in the elite still doing anything because the other two crackers, they gone and Jack Perry's bus broke down like 3 states ago. So that nigga ain't been on TV either. So Okada's still cooking. Bitch.
Now that you mention it, I did appreciate the way they kept swapping out the commentators. WWE should do that because then Corey wouldn't have been bitching. He could swap them out like during the middle of the pay-per-view, give someone a bathroom break. Corey can commentate 2 matches and then they swap them out. But anyway, tag team championships were on the line. It was the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. There we go. Leslie getting animated again. Kind of a sloppy match. I lost interest in this one quick. Hurt Syndicate retain. I gave it 2 chocolate pretzels. Cesar, what'd you think?
Yeah, this is the quickest match of the night. That's it.
Sticks.
Yeah, I gave it a fudge dip pretzel. There ain't no way these crackers are gonna beat the fucking Hurt Syndicate. I mean, there ain't no fucking way. Those tag team titles ain't going back to the 80s. I mean, I think I'll say about this MVP, the pep talks he was given on the floor, his shit talking on the floor was great. This is another angle that we talked about that he did in WWE, and he's continuing to bring it with Bobby and Shelton. So I mean, I gave it a fudge dip pretzel.
Again, booking correctly up until this point because we had a lull and then we had ourselves a Hollywood ending match. Timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's Champion, versus Mariah May. JR's drunk ass joins commentary. The fight begins on the stage. Mariah spits on Luther, which, by the way, I think it was on Dynamite. Renee did a sit down with fucking Mariah and Tony, and immediately Mariah just stands up and spits right
It's on
in his
Tony.
face. I was like, oh my god, pretty fucking extreme. But falls count anywhere, and there's no DQ. There's a taser though. Mariah gets her lips split on the barricade thanks to the timeless one. Thanks to a Storm Zero on the stairs, Tony is busted wide open. JR is wilding on commentary. Both ladies wrap their hands in broken glass and start swinging. Glass then spilled in the ring. Champagne sniz and crimson dreams for the ladies. Tony whips Mariah like a government mule with the championship belt. Watch for the shoe, Mariah. Tony beats Mariah with the shoe and puts her through a table for the retain.
Yeah.
These two was worth the price of admission. 8 bloody pretzels and the beer cheese from yours truly, hence the background. I love this match. I love the story. This is the trilogy of matches from these ladies, and Toni Storm comes out on top. Is this the end for these two? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But Sticks, what did you think of the Hollywood ending?
This is more than likely the greatest women's match that AEW has had and possibly will ever have in their company's history. These women, the investment into this story was so great. And the payoff, like the ebbs and flows that we've gone through with this story is one of the things that brings you to, we've talked about this. This is what made you tune in to AEW television. If they were going to advertise one or the other on Dynatrash or on Collision, it was a must appointment watching television. And when we were going to get the Hollywood ending for this was great. Both these women showed up. They showed out. Tony was a crimson mask. Like 5 minutes in, And it wasn't one of those small ass cream. Like it was still flowing. And then Mariah, like you even saw when they were taping up their fists, Mariah kind of didn't tape hers up good enough, and she took her fist into the glass like Tony did. Tony taped the shit out of hers. Like she was like, this glass gonna fucking hurt. So I gotta save these shit because at worst, if your acting career ends, you can still become a hand model. So I gotta protect these goddamn tools. She dapped that shit up. I mean, the bottle to the sniz. I mean, this was maybe the culmination of the greatest storyline, let alone program the AEW's probably ever had in their company. And it didn't disappoint. I gave it 8 in the salty mustard. It wasn't my match of the night, but it was, I mean, there's 2 matches that you knew were going to be must watch for this pay-per-view. This was the second one, but I mean, it was you're just nitpicking. But this was a great match. I would have liked to seen what they would have done if they could have used that taser. Like we saw Mariah with the bouquet of flowers. Like I would have liked to see if they would have legit thought about doing that, and if it was a legit. I'm assuming it's a legit taser, but I would have liked to
See that
see.
good sound.
What Mariah should have did instead of drop kicking Luther, she should have fucking tased Luther and he could have jumped through the table instead of her drop kicking him through it. But yeah, I agree with you on the taser.
Yeah, I mean, and these women sold. I mean, these women, and even afterwards, after the pin, you saw Tony. She semi had life left in her. Would lift herself up and look at Mariah and rested her head on her chesticles. I mean, like these women show the respect to each other that they like. Tony was like, it took 2 to tango. Mariah's still laying there selling it like she just got knocked the fuck out on a Friday. And Tony was like, you put in as much as I did on this. Just that lasting image of Mariah of Tony laying on her protege's body was just something that was just fitting for what maybe is the possible ending of this. Who knows? I mean, they could continue going with this, and it would be must watch TV. But if this is the literal ending of this, these women showed up, showed out, and it's been a great 6-7 months of television with these chicks. This has been great. This is the best thing that AEW has put on television probably since their inception. So bravo to these chicks. Bravo to them.
Had I been a producer or an agent, I would have advised Tony Skeet strongly. This needs to end the show. We need to end the show with this because of this background. It was fitting. They rolled the credits after the match. Great. All fantastic. By the way, you just reminded me when after Tony Storm bladed, she bladed too deep and it was gushing so much that the camera caught her going, oh fuck.
Hell yeah.
Her fucking face, and she had that like bloodied blonde Ric Flair look with her in her hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar, the Hollywood ending match was next. What did you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, what can we say about this? Yeah, the crowd was super into it. See, they should have had Nigel out there for this match. We know how much Nigel loves Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they don't need to switch it. What the fuck JR going? Man, JR done it all. He don't need to be commentating no more. JR need to stay his ass in the back.
He was beating off during the match. That's what it was.
He probably was. He probably was. And what was Taz out there too?
It was Excalibur, JR,
Siobhan.
Tony. I think that was
They'd
it.
alternate. They'd alternate because I think Taz did the MJF match, and the next thing you know, I think they moved Taz out and they had Nigel, and then they would do Excalibur, Tony, and JR, and I think that's who the 3 were for this match.
Yeah. And then Taz came back. Fuck no, they don't need this. Yes, too just like AEW. They got too much of all types of shit. Okay, they got all these niggas on different shows, and then they want all of them to say something on pay per view. JR don't need to say nothing. Okay, JR don't even show up for Dynamite no more. JR just on pay per views for a couple matches. Don't need to hear from JR. JR don't know what's going on. He's drinking mules, looking at titties. So yeah, I don't care about that. Match was good with the crowd being super into it. Yeah, when they were taping up the hand sticking in the glass, and the "You sick fucks" chants comes out. Um, yeah, they were into every and everything. That's y'all niggas. I'm not getting tased. Okay, I don't care how much Tony is paying. I'm not possibly shitting myself and then have to throw myself through the table and shit for a spot. Okay, that's y'all crazy ass crackers. Uh,
So
I'm not getting tased.
Cesar's AEW contract is going to have some caveats. First of all, no dick to my face. Second
Yeah,
of all, I'm not getting tased. I don't
nah,
care how much money you got.
not getting
No,
tased.
and Cesar's gonna have it in his one. He's like towards the end of my run, I gotta shoot a motherfucker
Yeah, I'm shooting
in the
somebody.
ring.
I'm shooting somebody before I get out that bitch. They can put a vest on, whatever. I'm shooting a nigga. I'm definitely shooting somebody.
Poor Sting.
Um, then come back for one last match, and I'm gonna bury that nigga on live TV, and then I'm gonna shoot Lex Luthor next. Throw his ass in there too.
Let's
I don't know how he gonna get a 1 day AEW contract from shooting that nigga too, and somehow Hogan gonna be in the crowd watching, and I'm gonna have a sniper take him out, and that's gonna be the end of my
We're
career.
coming for you.
Yeah, Booker T gonna snipe that nigga. Uh, but no. This to me was match of the night. I also gave it beer cheese as well. Yeah, I gave it. I gave it 8 in the beer cheese. This is really a good match. I mean, yeah, you had to pick between one or two matches. I picked this one just because the story is way better. Not to say that the story isn't good on the other match that could have possibly got the beer cheese, but the story is way better on this one from Jump Street, from when they were together to helping her win the fucking tournament, to getting her title match, to turning on her, to faking the memory loss, to coming back, and to be again women's world championship. She's great. She is great. Tony Storm the GOAT. Uh, this this was best match of the night. Best story. Sad it's over, but they can't all run forever. You know, this ain't the bloodline. So shit was good. Damn. I mean, you can't say nothing else with this match. Match was great. It was perfect. Uh, perfect story, perfect ending. It didn't matter who won at the end, to be honest with you. This shit was just good, crazy, and these bitches, wow.
Well, up next, it was for the International Championship, defending champion Takeshita versus Kenny Omega. Through hellfire and brimstone, the Omega Man enters. Fuck you, Callus joins commentary. Oh, that's the other guy who joined fucking commentary.
Yeah, I'm about to say there was 4 at him out there at one time.
Callus attacks Omega. He wants Omega's intestines to explode here. The crowd loves them some Omega. Callus shenanigans. The table is set up. Is this no DQ? Kenny turns the table upside down. Takeshita turns table on its side and front suplexes Kenny on it. Takeshita focusing attack on Kenny's midsection. Decent match, but it kind of looked like there was a miscommunication or someone got their bell wrong, but the match slowed down and ended in the world's most deadliest move in all of sports entertainment, the roll up. 6 pretzels from me. Kenny Omega is your new international champion. Cesar, what'd you think?
Fairly good match. Um, Kenny and Take a Shitta. Kenny had to come back and get him a dub because he last time these guys been fighting, he was losing, so he had to get him a dub. Um, and he had to take this title. Just because what they have now with I don't know if you guys seen it, but I saw it in Word on Street. They're maybe gonna combine this title and Okada's title, and why not have Kenny and Okada go at it, possibly at All In, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, so that might be a thing. Um, because we know All In's all about the poker chip thing and other fuckery. So why not have it at All In, and have Kenny versus Okada, one last time. Why you can still have them wrestle, and then people who complain that AEW has too many Singles belts, they combine two. So therefore, you get rid of that. But still, yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match. I liked it. Taking shit look best he always does, and maybe that's Kenny. Maybe he is improving. Uh, some of those strikes look a little stiff. I don't know if they were really connecting, but his fucking elbows and Kenny's V triggers, um, them shits was looking real stiff, man. So if not, then them boys is real good. I mean, we all know they're good. But yeah, them boys been fighting good. So yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed this match. It wasn't like a lull after such a good match. Um, but Tony and them, they sucked the room out the air because that's what they was gonna do. Um, and they had to put something in there because of what we still had left in the show.
So, pretzel rating?
Oh, sorry, gave it a 6.
6. Sticks we had for the International Championship, Omega versus no selling Jones Takesha. Motherfucker wasn't selling any of Kenny Omega's punches. But what'd you think of this match?
I thought it was a good match. Like they had said before, Takeshita had beaten Kenny twice in 1 week. Kenny had told Tony Skeets about Takeshita when Kenny was still wrestling over in Japan. He said, "Hey, there's this guy who's wrestling in DDT. I think this guy's has a bright future. We should look at it. Maybe bring him over." They did. The running story that we had with these guys, but also with Creepy Uncle Don was great. These guys went out, they put on a good match. I mean, we're not gonna get Kenny Omega of old just for the fact that, I mean, with all the stuff that has happened, and even before he had the diverticulitis, we're never gonna get New Japan Kenny Omega. I mean, we've all come to that resonating conclusion of that, but we still get Kenny Omega on TV. And Kenny Omega at this time is still better than 75% of some of the wrestlers that we can see on TV. With that being said, I gave this 5 in the salt. I thought it was a good match. There wasn't really a dip in the lull of the entertainment and the keeping your interest of it. And like Cesar said, and like you said, I mean, I had heard the rumblings of Omega and Okada at All In, and if they're gonna put the titles together, that's something great that we're gonna get. Okada Omega have put on nothing but great bangers, and I wouldn't expect anything less on AEW, but let alone on probably their biggest pay-per-view that they have of the year and All In. So if that's what we get here in the next couple 2, 3, 4 months, I'll look forward to it.
So the way this has been booked, I strongly would have advised Tony Skeets to swap the order of the next 2 matches, because either the Hollywood ending should have main evented or this next match. A steel cage match. It's Beer Cheese Osprey versus Fletcher. I don't like knowing when wrestlers are about to blade themselves. Now the cameras or the AEW cameras don't pan away in time to see the wrestler dig in their wrist tape to get the fucking razor out. Both men bloodied, of course. They're both obsessed with tasting each other's blood. AIDS. Hard hitting match, cool counters towards the end of the match. Mark Davis is out there. He uses bolt cutters to toss in a bag of weapons. Osprey uses barbed wire bat to attack Fletcher. Bang, bang. Fletcher shoves bloody armband in Osprey's mouth. AIDS.
Yep.
Davis breaks up the pin. Osprey hits a cutter, springboarding off the top of the cage. That was pretty cool. Fletcher stabs Osprey with a screwdriver in the head, back, and side. You got some stabbing there, Cesar. Styles clash on tacks. Spanish fly off the top of the cage. Of course, that didn't end the match. Tiger Driver 91 ends it with a mega wedgie. Osprey takes it, and 7 solid pretzels for me. My only gripe was the obsession with the tasting the blood. It's just the over the top spots. It was a gimmick steel cage match. I feel the story with Tony was better. This has a good story because these guys have history, and then they had Mark Davis come in there as well. You know, United Empire and all that shit. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just thinking that the Tony one was a lot better than this. I gave it 7 pretzels, but Sticks, what was your thoughts on this steel cage match?
Um, this is my match of the night. I gave it 8 in the beer cheese. You talk about the obsession with wanting to taste each other's blood. If you watch a lot of indie wrestling anymore now these days, this is what they're doing. There's sycophants. They want to get all the AIDS, all that stuff. So AEW, they're the one that's closest to like what you're seeing for indie wrestling on a cable television channel. And they brought that to this. Like you said, the history, the United Empire, whatever Don Callis has over Mark Davis's head. Now he said it during commentary, which is funny because Don Callis hurry up and ran with Take Shitta to go backstage, and the next thing you know, he's coming with Kyle Fletcher. Even Taz made that analogy. He's like, why'd you leave? He's like, you had another guy coming. Why didn't you just hang out stay here on commentary? Why'd you gotta leave? I think you guys know this. I said this about Kyle Fletcher a while back. I love this guy's a superstar in the making. We've seen him with Will Ospreay. They haven't had disappointing matches. He can go with superstars, and that shows. Like they carve out TV time for Kyle Fletcher every week, either on Wednesdays, on Saturdays, or even on both. And he's also supposed to be a superstar because he got that sky blue booty in the bedroom on the weeknights. So there must be something else going on. There must be that Aussie, oi in the bedroom. So, but I digress. I thought this was a great match. The Spanish fly off the top of the cage. I don't know if Ospreay over rotated to protect Kyle, so that way he would land just flat backed, or if he over rotated him land on his hip. The strategically placed screwdriver on the top of the cage. You know, they even made that on commentary. Like, how they get up there? Don, did you believe it? Someone must have got in my toolbox. I don't know. The Styles Clash on the tax. Goddamn, Kyle Fletcher earned hazard pay and at least a week off of Sky Blue for that. The end, before he hit the hidden blade, Kyle basically yelling, I hate you, fuck you, I fucking hate you. I thought it was great. Like, they even talked about that before the match, how they were brothers, how they would room with each other. I thought this had a little bit more history than Tony and Mariah, but I'm just splitting hairs. I mean, you really are. I mean, this is what we're talking. We're splitting hairs. This was the other great matchless pair-view, and it's just a difference of opinion. This is what we talked about being a part of this podcast, is that all three of us have different opinions. I respect your guys' opinions on your match. I see why you gave Tony and Mariah your guys' beer cheese. I thought this was, in my opinion, I thought this was the best match of the night, and that's why I gave it 8 in the beer cheese.
You're correct. The United Empire thing has way more fucking history to it than the Tony one, but titties. Caesar, what did you think of the steel cage match?
No, I thought it was great. This is the other match of the night. Yeah, I just gave it an 8. I just like the Tony one a bit more. Yeah, I mean, you can it is a little bit like you can get as violent as those ladies did, as those guys did. And yeah, just excessively drinking each other's blood, trying to actually catch Hep C versus AIDS, because you might not catch AIDS, but they can literally get Hep C.
We're gonna read AIDSEW.
Yeah. Uh and yeah. The history and stuff is better, but yeah, Tony Storm's character work, the best character in wrestling right now. Period. Uh Cooked all the way through. When she became the timeless one. Period. Um, but yeah. Crazy spots in here. Yeah, the thumbtacks, cracker breaking in. Come on, son. You hit a Spanish fly from the top. You just got to pin this nigga and go home. Come on, son. Why are we kicking out of this? Why are we kicking out of this? And you knew they were going to jump off that shit. I mean, you knew they were going to jump off that shit. But Spanish fly, it's already difficult to hit a Spanish fly in the ring. And you gonna hit one off the top of the goddamn cage and nigga just gonna kick out like it fucking Wednesday night. And you know what that means. I'm kicking out of a Spanish fly. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. But still, Hidden Blade looked good. Yeah, hit him with the Tiger Driver. You know, you still got to sell it that it's a crazy move. Um, and kick out of that. That's totally fine. But yeah, this is the other good match. I gave it an 8. The other great match of the night, and yeah, these dudes came in here. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, man, he's a fucking star. Uh, he gonna keep that beer cheese Osprey energy. When beer cheese Osprey can't do it no more. He gonna be the next motherfucker to do it. Boys out here cooking, absolutely cooking in this ring, and doing work.
If I was Mox or Edge, I would have faked diarrhea. I would have faked a family emergency. I would have did whatever I could have done to just have the night end there. The night should have ended right there. Call off the main event. That was the main event. Let's go home happy. Let's send the fans home happy. We don't need to. We could just move this to Dynamite, Dynatrash, whatever, or a TV event. But no, it still happened. The main event was for the AEW Championship, Mox versus Cope. Very,
Hope's having
very,
shitty matches, not Edge.
very slow paced match. They really should have rearranged this match card, put a slower, duller match on before the main event. JR returns for this. They're getting JR all uncomfortable because Mox keeps talking to him. Horribly executed Death Driver or Rider, whatever the fuck he calls it, Dirty Deeds. Yuta interferes, waking the crowd up. Switchblade for the save, but clobbers Cope with the briefcase. 3 spears later, Christian cashes in and fails. Mox retains. Nana gets in Mox's face. Swerve jumps on Mox. I gave it a huge failed pretzel. Caesar, what'd you think of this fucking dumb shit?
Bro, man, yeah, this don't nobody want Mox to have this title no more. That shit is played out. That shit is trash. Yeah, Death Riders thing ain't cool no more. I don't care. Don't care for it. Don't care. Well, we got crazy ass Jay White with Cope. They're entertaining. Well, Jay White's entertaining. He's funny. He's entertaining. Don't mind Jay White. He was only in this match for like 2 seconds. Don't nobody give rat's ass about Wheeler Yuta. Ain't never cared. Ain't never gonna care. Shit, they had that nigga with crazy ass best friends when that one nigga was angry and Statlander was choking him out every week, and I just wanted to see the cheeks. Ain't gonna lie to you. Still didn't care. Just want to see the cheeks. Who else in this trash? Yeah, this nigga Cope. Sit your ass down, nigga. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go home. Go home. Home to your wife. Sit your ass down. Okay.
That was my caveat, by the way.
What?
I thought Marina was gonna come back to help Mox, and then Beth was gonna debut and attack Marina. That would have been my caveat.
I am. Shit would have been better than what we got. And it would, yeah, go sit down, nigga. You need the big machine. Okay. We realize that now. Okay. Somebody need to go back in the history books and tell these all little fruit booty niggas that Edge was not the better one out of Edge and Christian. It's clearly Christian. Okay, that nigga survived everywhere and was better than when you put him with Vince.
And this is what you got for that work. You gave him a failed cash in on this. Not only that, you had him get choked out. Like, I don't get me wrong, I like the spot where he's getting choked out. He still put his hand on the lifeless corpse of what was formerly Edge. But you had this guy, the work that we've talked about, numerous episodes of how fucking our captain, oh captain, had put in that carry the show till we got timeless Tony Storm to make it must watch TV. And this is the thanks that you fucking get?
You know what I heard after this was over on Twitter? They said that Cope, Adam Copeland, brought Christian into the match so he doesn't take the pin.
I don't doubt it.
Cope
I don't doubt
Hogan.
it.
It's Cope Hogan.
Yeah, because he's already lost to Mox once by chokeout, so he didn't want to lose again. I knew it had to be one of them to pull this shit in there. And then so yeah, so it still looks like Edge is better because when Edge did this with the Money in the Case briefcase, he won. And now that Christian has tried it, he's lost. This is stupid because you could have just had them fight each other. Mox still could have been there, or whatever. Um, but this could have proved with Cope and Christian fighting for the title because obviously you want to give Cope this fucking title, and this nigga is ass. Okay, that name is ass. His promos is ass. Uh, his matches are ass. Christian's having way better matches. Okay,
Way better stories.
everybody daddy did way better story. Beating up these young folks and then fucking their mama, and then gaslighting them into joining them.
Literally.
Well,
Literally,
and then
got a
this
whole wife.
motherfucker didn't Cope get hurt in a cage match against Christian for the TNT Championship? He beat Christian. Not only did he beat him, but during the process of that, he breaks his fucking leg being a dumb shit, thinking he's still in his fucking 20s when this motherfucker's pushing AARP age, jumping off a fucking cage to break his leg. You beat Christian.
No, that was Aleister Black.
Was it Malachi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was,
he didn't
yeah.
fight.
Oh, okay.
He already beat Christian for the title, and defending it against Malachi broke his leg,
Well,
and
you-
still
you-
won
okay,
that match.
So you beat Captain Charisma already. You've already got your. But if you wanted not to take this fucking loss and put it on your best friend, so that way you still look like you're decent enough. No, fuck this shit. This guy has talked about in his fucking interviews. Oh, I'm here to help improve these wrestlers up to date. And I said, put over Mox. Get choked the fuck out. You don't think that you show up on a Wednesday, cut a awe-inspiring promo, and then fucking 2 weeks later you're going to be getting an AEW championship rematch again? I mean, fuck it. This was the worst thing you could do for Christian. This guy had carried television, reinvented himself, and made it worth a damn. Like, we've talked about this. This guy, the patriarchy, this guy has created a family that is like he's taken a son and a mother and made them his own, while also taking a Jurassic extinct dinosaur and making him relevant on TV. And this is the thanks you get?
The only thing Edge has is his song and the fact that he was in WWE. That's all he has, and he's pulling his I guess his fame card or something.
Yeah.
He's in the main event. By the way, Dean Ambrose, Edge, Swerve, all WWE guys in the main event of your AEW pay-per-view is another thing I noticed. But sorry, Cesar, go ahead.
No, I mean,
Oh, and Christian.
yeah, all these old niggas, man. Christian's the only one helping people out. All these old WWE niggas. See him trash. Said he wanted to help people out. No, nigga, he just wanted to be titles and have ego again. No, actually, Daniel Bryanson has been helping niggas out, but he finding niggas for saying shit on Twitter when it was a lawless Western and they could say whatever they want. Now they can't. But he's I mean, he didn't want to win that fucking title. They made him win that shit. Now his dead ass is dead. Uh, who else? Yeah, Cope. This nigga ass, bro. This nigga ass. I don't want to see this nigga on my TV no more. Okay. And then yeah, I mean, I knew it had to be one of them. I mean, yeah, I ain't think it was John. The best thing you could have done was give Christian the title that night. That's the best thing you could have done with that fucking title. Because it doesn't even matter how long he had it, bro. Crowd would have been hot. he'd have came out there and delivered a crazy ass promo talking about he the father of all of AEW now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, his son, he the daddy, and he's only gonna fuck the pretty wives in the damn crowd. This nigga literally had his wife on camera with his daughter and said, "Did your mother let you back here?" While he got another bitch in his group talking about she's servicing him. This nigga literally told his daughter, "I'm not buying you a fucking ticket. Get the fuck out of here. Go find your mother." Yo, this dude is cooking.
Didn't he tell security to follow her or something?
Yeah. He said, "Make sure she leaves. Make sure she leaves." And her mother. Get him the fuck out of here. I mean, this nigga pulled off. Granted, been waiting for John Cena to turn heel, but let's not forget when Coke brought his punk ass to this damn program. Who was the first nigga that gave a hug, looked into the camera, and told him to go fuck yourself? See, they just copying the GOAT, Christian. Only nigga who beat Kenny Omega when he was belt collector Kenny. Who's the first nigga to do that? Christian. This nigga is goated. Yeah, you know what? He the best thing out of Canada. You know, besides Trish, okay, because Trish looking good. Trish looking real good. But this nigga Christian always been the GOAT. He was the talent in Edge and Christian. He's the talent now. And Edge needed Vince in the big machine in order to be great. Stop hyping this nigga. This nigga ass. This nigga ass like that nigga at the bottle shop and the dog was trying to lick it. This shit was ass.
Christian cashing in, winning the title would have been the best thing. It would have justified this being the main event.
Yep.
It would have brought viewers to Wednesday.
Yep.
It would have been Twitter would have exploded if Christian would have won this title. And then they just do the complete opposite. They fuck over Christian. I don't even know where Christian goes from here. Did you give it a pretzel rating, Cesar, or no?
Hey, dude, pretzel. Nigga, you see the book. I mean, I watched this shit, but I ain't fucking watched. I turned the shit off. So I didn't even see all the swerve shit with Nana. I turned the shit off. As soon as that nigga choked that crack out, I was like, "This is dumb as fuck." Turn it off. Turn it off. See, this is somebody need to get shot for this shit, so I can stop watching this shit.
Oh, that's what
I don't care who you shoot. You can shoot Murder Hawk. Just be like, "This is for us fucking up the Revolution pay-per-view." Bow, shoot that nigga. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna take that.
He understands. He goes, "I understand." Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally tweet that out and be like, "I understand why this is happening, and I'm happy."
No, what I was gonna say is it's the best thing that could have happened for the pay-per-view for Christian. Yep. Plus, Mox could have then went away. Go away, Mox.
Yeah, the rest of them are fucked up. They can all be off camera.
Fresh paint, fresh coat of paint on your character. Come back with something different because Death Riders is like ass. It sucks. Death Riders sucks. No one cares about this. You're keeping a title in a briefcase. That's what you're hanging your hat on? That's fucking gay. But Sticks, what did you think of this horrific main event? He goes, "I loved it."
Yeah, this shit was ass.
Far from it, boys. Far from it. I thought at best this should have started off the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how you went in the pay-per-view. I gave it the fucking broken ass pretzels at the bottom of the bag and the salt. And that might even be more generous. And I gave it that because of the Jay White briefcase hit. I mean, that's obviously going to be something that maybe we'll get Jay White and Cope. The swerve at the end of the show when Mox is just casually fucking strutting his way in the back. I give that. Like I just said when I rudely interrupted Cesar, I thought it was a waste of a cash in for Christian. This guy has given us how much have we talked about on this show? How Captain Charisma, Father of the Year, has made it must-watch TV. Wednesdays, Saturdays, and maybe even at the time an occasional Friday here and there. When we found out this guy was going to be on TV, it was like, we're going to at least tune in for that. And you do this guy this. Like, he showed up on AEW, and reinvented himself, but also made it must-watch TV. Whereas you get Adam Copeland, who obviously found out that and people saying Adam Copeland was too much to say, so we're just going to shorten it to Cope. You have this guy show up, and like Cesar said, the Fed machine made you who you are. Because ever since you landed in AEW, you've been dog shit. The only thing you've done has been able to give pictures for memes for our beloved Sheriff to put out on his Instagram page. That's the only thing you've contributed to wrestling today. Outside of that, you haven't put on a great match at all. Your best matches are way far behind you. You're showing up, you're collecting a paycheck, and I mean, I guess God bless you for collecting a paycheck for you got to go on AARP, but I mean, this was not main event worthy. And like you said, Megria, the whole Death Rider thing, this is jump the shark. We're done. It is over with. Read the room, Tony Skeets. I don't know if you're waiting for fucking Darby Allin to come back down from fucking Mount Everest to build him up for this, but you missed it so that you could have had, if you were going to have by some grace of wrestling Jesus himself, Copeland win this, you could have had Christian cash in, beat his old decrepit, tired ass, and then we have it at the end of the night. Christian hold that championship while you could have had Swerve from a VIP suite and Nana sitting there watching this, taking note of who you need to take, who you got to watch. But you didn't. The only thing that you did somewhat great was that you had Mox fucking crazy fucking seizuring his ass back to the back, and you had Nana stop him, and you had Swerve stop him. That was maybe, and that wasn't even a saving grace for this. Like you had, like this is just we're all done. We're done with this Death Riders thing, and unfortunately, they have the AEW Championship, and they have the Trios Championship. Like this is done. Like you should have had them slowly start losing the trios, and then so that we had Moxley, but you didn't. And now you're going to keep riding this to what? All In, where you give who? Darby his WrestleMania moment. I mean, this is old. This is done.
I hope whoever Cesar lives with is hides his ammunition and his weapons, because when Mox chokes out Swerve, the main event of Dynasty, and retains, we're gonna have to do welfare checks on Cesar.
I don't care. I just don't care about this fucking belt till somebody beats him for it. I'm done. I'm done. Till this nigga Cope breaks his back and he can't wrestle no more. Yeah, I don't care. I seriously don't.
Adam Copeland should take the role Christopher Daniels has. He needs to be a backstage guy, maybe an authority figure. Stay out of the main event. You're not helping anybody.
Nobody.
What fucking Cope is 50 and Mox is like in his late 40s? What young talent are you putting over here, Cope? You ain't helping nobody but yourself, you selfish fuck. Anyway, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, we do what we do best here. If you don't check out APPW, go ahead and check it out. New episode will be dropping very soon. Just got done recording it. So until next time, we do what we do best, and we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.